start out by asking you a question. What do you do when giving up is the only way to move forward, and how do you keep fighting on after you've already given up? I'll be using information from a survey that you've all took to discuss how faith can get you through anything. And today I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to put you in my shoes so that you can understand how faith got me through the most difficult times of my life. To start, I fell in love in high school, just like every other kid seems to do. But our relationship was different because we didn't just date for 2 weeks and then end it. It lasted for a very long time, and it's still going on today. But from the very start, we met opposition from her mother. And that's extremely hard because when you meet opposition from the mother, you get your dates limited, the amount of time you can see each other limited, you get your conversations limited, and it makes it extremely difficult to have a relationship. And on top of that, your friends don't agree with your relationship either. So now you're dealing with that pressure for them because they seem to believe that what they think is the best for you, and they don't think that relationship's going to work. So you have the pressure from the mother, and you have the pressure from your friends. People who are extremely important and whose opinions that you value extremely highly. And on top of that, with all the pressures on you from those outside sources, you begin fighting amongst yourselves. And you become your own worst enemies. And it becomes extremely hard. And so you turn to your faith, and you believe in that, and you believe that together, with your strength, you can get through it. And with that, you go on to something else even more difficult. For most of us, it's our first love, and that's a sport or an activity that we love dearly and that we commit to. And for me, and for you in this scenario, that's football. You started playing when you were 8. You played because your dad wanted you to. But when you got older, you started playing because you wanted to. And it became something that you put your entire heart and soul into. So now you're a sophomore in high school, and you had a stellar freshman year, and you're moving up the depth chart. The coaches are loving you, you're having a good time, you're having a blast, and suddenly you're hit with a train wreck. You're injured, you're out for the season, it's done. It's over, there's nothing you can do. You sit on the sideline, and you think about all the different things you could have done and how things could have been better. And you think, how am I ever going to come back from it? But you believe in yourself, and you believe in your faith, and you rehab, and you get back to it. And your junior year comes along, and you're a stud, you're a starter, everything's going great, people know who you are, things are going well. And then you have a bad game and you're benched for the rest of the season. You're playing JV. You're playing 2 nights a week because your roster is so small that you don't have a choice. So now your grades are slipping, nothing's going right, and the one thing you love the most in your life since you were 8 years old is not working out very well for you. And you say, how am I ever going to get through this? How am I going to fight this depression? How am I going to overcome this obstacle? And the answer to that is you believe in your faith. Your faith in yourself and your ability to move forward and to get through this challenge. So now, you go on to your senior year, and you're forced to make the most difficult decision of your life. And that is, do I quit football? Because the whole time your grades have been slipping, you haven't taken care of anything else, and you realize, wow, I might not graduate. So what do? You quit. You quit football. You end your career. And so now you're faced with the greatest challenge of your life, and that's getting to graduation. So you realize that you're taking 4 online classes just to catch up, just to get the credits that you need. And you're fighting every night, and you're afraid to even lift the lid on your laptop because you know how much work you've got ahead of you. And so suddenly you're thinking, how the hell am I ever going to get through this? And even more importantly, you're thinking, how am I ever going to tell my family that I'm not going to graduate? How do I break it to my mom, my brothers, my sisters? How do I tell them that I'm not going to graduate? Because this whole time you've been in high school, you've been in the Payne Academy. So you're academically elite. You're above the rest. But you're not even going to graduate? So what do? You don't want to give up. You can't face it. You can't do it. So you put your head down, you believe in yourself, you have faith you're going to do it, and you do. And not only that, you graduate with honors. And you can look back on that, and the rest of your life as something that you overcame because you used your faith. And so now, you look back on all the things you faced. The challenges with your relationship, the challenges with football, the challenges with school, and you realize that no matter what, nothing stops you. You made it. And you were able to accomplish everything you wanted to do. And it might not have been pretty, and it might not have gone really smooth, but you did it. You graduated, you made difficult decisions, and you still ended up with the person that you love. And so you can say that faith, when you truly believe, is powerful enough to get you through anything in the world. Thank you.